Alright, hello and welcome back to Ashgabat Cats. Let's play that. Today we're taking a look at Jackie Chan, the Kung Fu Master.
I'm Jackie Chan. This is my game.
Is that it for the voice? I mean, it's Jackie Chan's game. He only has to say it once. When Jackie Chan says something, you listen. Oh my god. Jackie Chan, the Kung Fu Master by Kaneko. Copyright 1995. Oh, alright. And so we are in a Mortal Kombat-esque game. For a game entitled Jackie Chan, there seems to be a dearth of Jackie Chans to play as. Oh. Okay, I'm not used to this. You get to select who your computer opponent is. Mysterious Lion. Okay. Alright. So, A button is this. B button is that. Oh, neat. You get the, spam attack. The, Robert from King of Fighters, spam attack. Alright. Any other buttons? This feels like a 6-button arcade game, but like maybe 4? Okay, so it's a 4-button arcade game. This is basically a Neo Geo game. I don't know if you've been noticing. Also, oh, okay. Also, there's a weird effect where you can occasionally see the rendering squares. I'm not sure if this is intentional or accidental, but it's happening. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but you can double jump. You can double jump back to dash back. You can double jump forward to dash forward. You don't seem to actually increase your. Okay, that's unfortunate. So it's not like King of Fighters where if you double jump forward, if you dash forward and then jump, then you actually speed up your arc of attack. But it's not like that, and all of my King of. Is that supposed to be a fatality in a Jackie Chan game? As far as I'm aware, Jackie Chan made his entire reputation on being a relatively family-friendly guy. And so to see the quote-unquote mysterious lion attempt to straight-up kill a dude... Alright, I'll put in some credits for you, Jackie Chan. You don't have to ask twice. Alright, let's try someone else out. But, as always, we'll be challenging that mysterious lion. I feel like we can do this. We've got a young fighter, and she has a weapon. She's like cheating. Oh, oh, come on. Yeah, that's more like it. Hey, approach me now, suck. Oh, okay, fine. Did you see her strong kick? Alright, check this out. It's like a somersault drop kick. Also, why are there fatalities on the first round? That's ridiculous. A somersault drop kick. As you would expect, that is like the single most useless move. It's useless when she does it in Smash 4. It's useless here. Well, it's not completely useless in Smash 4, but you're so much better off with a neutral air or something fast. You don't want to do the bouncing fish. And just like in this game, you don't want to do the bouncing fish. You want to stick to her strengths, which are spacing and hitting stuff with a bow. Alright, Mysterious Lion. Don't try to steal the show from Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's like, alright, come on, prove that I'm the guy this game is based off of, not Mysterious Lion. Well, let's see if Generic Protagonist 2 can take on the Mysterious Lion. Lao. This guy is gonna lay down the law. Sorry, lay down the Lao. Oh, and we've got a Bruce Lee clone. An entire game of arguably Bruce Lee clones. I'm kidding. Bruce Lee did not use a lot to attack, or did he? Oh man, this guy. Did you see that follow-up? He is doing work. Also, Mysterious Lion is doing work, but I choose to ignore that. Oh, okay. And he ends up the same place everywhere else. He ultimately ends up losing. Oh yeah, special moves, semicolon. Are there any? Well, if we could ask Mysterious Lion to just politely lay the frig off. How is he doing that? Did you see Mysterious Lion just kind of used... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is precedented, but like, in this game, it's faster to retreat than it is to attack. What kind of fighting game nonsense are they trying to pull here? Now, fighting games, typically, you want to set it up so, like, while you can technically retreat, you don't want to be able to retreat faster than the other person can approach, because then that inherently sets the incentive on a person to retreat, and then that turns what should be like a nice fist-to-fist combat game into a game of tag, essentially. And that's just not what you want. Now, what's kind of interesting is I think the character selector like started up on certain people, so it's like maybe this is their fated rival. I actually didn't see what this guy's name was. I'll just call him Commander America. I actually don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Oh, Commander America! Holy crap! Well, okay. You were doing good. Oh my gosh. So much range though. And that strong attack. Turn kick or something? Oh yeah! Oh my god, this guy is basically banding teeth without the bandana. Alright, let's keep at it. Maybe we'll get off this rickety bridge. Mysterious Lion will end his death streak of killing all who dare oppose him. I also like how when you're ducking you use strong, he like punches and kicks. I think, well, okay, so in fighting games there's this notion of like a high block and a low block. And so how do you beat, oh my god, how do you beat a normal block? You attack low. How do you beat a low block? Well, usually you have this attack that's sort of like, well, in King of Fighters, the prototypical thing is like an elbow crashing down. It's sort of like, well, it's almost like the bouncing fish I was making so much fun of. But essentially, it's a special attack, almost like a low kick is designed to counter a regular block. Well, the overhead kind of smashes through low blocks. And so it almost looks like his crouch is like both of them at the same time. Never mind, I was just exaggerating. It was just... Come on, come on. Oh, KO. You lose. Finish him. Finish him. Hey, you want a piece of this? You want a piece of this? I don't even need to gotta finish you. You're already done. Oh my gosh. I like to imagine he made himself like a little badge of Mysterious Lion. He's like, I've got to commemorate this moment. That is really strange that it lets you choose your own players, or choose your opponents. I think the only game I've played that sort of did something like this was Street Fighter Third Strike. I don't know if Street Fighter 3-1 and Street Fighter 3-2 did that, but Third Strike did it kind of weird, where like you would go along in a campaign sort of thing, and it would give you a choice of two. And so basically, you would never fight against like the weird Russian blob guy, because he was like by far the most annoying. But the game was kind of smart in that it would always pair the weird Russian blob guy with either the blue-haired French, actually a mermaid guy, or, oh man, the weird Brazilian emaciated, well, you know it by then, yellow-skinned guy who trained Sean, I think, according to lore. And they would always be paired together. So, like, you could choose your character, but the game is going to give you two annoying characters, and you just get to choose which of the characters is least or most annoying. Does this even technically count as a fatality? I think that...
Come on! Come on! Come on!
mean, turning Thorsten, the guy's name is Thorsten, into a million little mini Thorstens was pretty funny. But her like, yeah, go! The little thing at the end, it's like, oh my gosh. That's like next level. She's making me look like a fool. I don't think we're gonna get to see Jackie Chan in this game. That's so funny, because if this was in some other fighting game, like, I don't know, King of Fighter, Street Fighter, like, her doing that animation just would have looked natural, but because it's a real-life person doing it, it just looks kind of weird. Just altogether weird. And I feel like that's ultimately the flaw of these full-motion video games. Like, they just look weird. Like, when you go ahead and make 2D graphics for everything, you have to make certain abstractions to make it to sort of compensate for the unique art style and kind of make it look more, quote, real.
Come on.
But the problem with like using full motion video is now all of a sudden you're trying to use real life people to emulate those certain tricks and shortcuts you use with the 2D objects because you can't quite do it with real people. And it's like, that did you just call me unacceptable? Jeez, Jackie Chan, maybe I'll try and meet your high standards some other day. But like through that, you kind of have to meet the abstraction, but you don't, and so you end up with like a problem. And so, yeah, that's kind of the fundamental flaw of like full motion video games. Now that being said, like there is the world of 3D fighters, which are kind of fundamentally different than 2D fighters, and that's because they kind of, well, first of all, they abandon the whole idea of 2D and they sort of embrace the 3D. Sort of. Because, I mean, fighting games really only work when you're on, like, a 2D plane. And so 3D fighting games, it's like, well, yes, they do take place in 3 dimensions. They typically only take place in a small 2D slice of those 3 dimensions. Now, you can occasionally, like, go up and down, well, okay, up and down, like into the foreground or into the background to kind of dodge attacks and sort of take advantage of the 3D. But if you've ever played Fatal Fury 1, 2, maybe 2, that had a foreground-background mechanic where your character could briefly jump into the foreground or the background, and like, it's essentially the same idea in 3D. So, yes, 3D games are in 3D, but it's actually surprisingly similar to 2D games. But what's kind of different, though, is 3D games have to use polygons. You can't just use sprites. So they have to approach the sort of how you model things, how you represent things like that in an entirely different way than 2D games. So I kind of wonder if somehow you could integrate full motion video in like a 3D style fighting game. Now, unfortunately, I don't think anybody's really figured out how to do full motion video on a 3D object. I mean, it does seem kind of hard, and it seems like the current MO is to sort of build up the 3D graphics so as to become photorealistic, rather than like superimpose photorealistic graphics onto the 3D stuff. Now, I'm not really sure how you would, because I mean, you can't really use photorealistic textures because you're never going to have quite as much resolution. Well, that would be kind of weird. Well, I wonder if what you could do is you would take like a 360-degree view of somebody or something, and then you've got like your character, and then somehow you superimpose the 360-degree video over the 3D fighting character. Now, this sounds fairly difficult to implement, and I'm not even sure that it would like work all that well. But I mean, you train a few neural networks and you could probably start meshing things. And then, even better, the neural networks could even generate like additional interpolating footage and all that, so you would never necessarily be stuck at a loss. Because that is one reason why like full motion videos are sort of used only to replace sprites, and that's because you have to have certain predefined set like things you're expecting to see, because then you can film all that and then put exactly that in. 3D graphics, like, it's all about sort of like generating new stuff in between. And so full motion video where you have to sort of generate everything beforehand, maybe not. Although, well, I mean, keep a look in the future for a resurgence of full motion video games. Man, everything old is new again.
I'm Jackie Chan. This is my game.
Played a Jackie Chan game. Jackie Chan did not show up once. Actually, wait, these things look familiar. Did I play this game before? I mean, I know it didn't work, but did I play this game before? Man, now you're giving me Alzheimer's, Jackie Chan. What are you doing to me? Well, this was fun, but this cat's got a scat.